Heck, at my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare Partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, a suspected drunk driver is arrested on Bourbon Street. Inspiration Senior Living invites everyone to attend free seminars. And a look inside the legendary Heart Attack Grill. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's May 23rd, 2013. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, a suspected drunk driver was arrested this morning after residents reported a man was passed out inside a vehicle. Deanna O'Donnell reports on this story, drunk on Bourbon Street.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies responded to Bourbon and Leo Street this morning for a possible single-vehicle accident. Witnesses reported that a man appeared to be passed out inside his truck, which was parked in the middle of the street next to a street sign. Medics were put on standby while deputies responded to the location. Upon arrival, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies located a man inside the truck who appeared to be passed out. Deputies woke up the individual, whose first name appears to be Xavier. Xavier refused repeated requests by deputies to unlock the doors of the vehicle and exit the car. Fearing that the driver may attempt to flee in the truck from police, deputies used a baton to break the passenger side window of the truck. Deputies gained access to the truck and retrieved the keys and extricated the driver, who appears to be intoxicated. Medics also arrived on scene to evaluate the driver of the vehicle, who continued to be combative to police, telling them that he was not drunk driving, that he had pulled over to sleep it off. Deputies eventually were able to place the driver inside the patrol vehicle and transport him to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center for suspicion of driving under the influence. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Pounding rain-soaked tornado ravaged Moore, Oklahoma this morning, and winds sent pieces of debris flying, hindering recovery efforts 3 days after the devastating tornado. In addition to the 24 people killed in Monday's massive twister, 2 people died elsewhere in the state in Storm Sunday. All people thought missing have been accounted for at this time. In all, 377 people have been treated for injuries as a result of this weekend's storm. Of the 24 people killed Monday, 10 were children, including 2 infants. Well, a new program is being offered at Inspiration Senior Living called Seniors Can.
We have a new program. It's called the Seniors Can program. This program is designed for anyone interested in topics such as today's class was hydration. We meet every Tuesday from 10 to 11. Next Tuesday's class is food choices for healthy living. The third class would be You Are What You Eat. Food is a preventative medicine. Food safety, accidental falls, consumer fraud, and we're going to repeat hydration.
These free informational classes funded by the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension are being held because there's a need, as Deborah Woodland feels.
Population, we have 60% seniors here in Pahrump, and found that there's nothing around, available.
The classes are not limited to seniors only, but people of all ages who are interested.
Any age group, actually. The more interested people are the elderly and their caretakers. And anyone else who would be interested is welcome.
The program is being held at Inspiration Senior Living Center off of Java Street. To pre-register, call Inspirations at 775-253-8916. This is Ian B. Clark for News 46.
Well, the University of Nevada is honoring its longtime former football coach by putting his name on the stadium. The home of the Wolfpack will now be called Chris Ault Field at Mackey Stadium. The new field will be officially christened at the Wolfpack's home opener against UC Davis on September 7th. Alt retired in December after 28 years as Nevada's coach. He played quarterback for the Wolfpack in the mid-1960s and also served as athletic director. Alt won 10 league titles in 3 different conferences and posted a career record of 233, 109, and 1. He's credited with creating the pistol offensive formation and recently was hired by the NFL's Kansas City Chiefs as a consultant. As we head into our first break, let's join Mr. Movie Phone.
I'm Mr. Movie Phone. New action, comedy, and family films hit theaters this Memorial Day weekend. Let's take an epic adventure to a Fast and Furious hangover with my weekend movie preview next.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. This week at the movies, it's a bad case of summer sequelitis as the gang from Fast and Furious hit the streets for number 6, and they said they'd never go back to Vegas. Yet here they are, again. It's The Hangover, Part 3.
Hey, Phil, kick yourself out a little bit. Alan, you get it?
Yes, the Wolfpack hit the road for one last time. This time, it's to take Alan to rehab, but Mr. Chow and some stolen gold turned their seemingly harmless trip upside down. Back again are Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, Ed Helms, and Ken Jeong. The real deal? Well, everything that made the first movie such a huge success, you know, like being funny, is completely missing. Feels just like a hangover without the party part. I'm out. They may be tiny, but their story is epic.
What's going on, girl?
Talking snails.
I'm a slug. No shell over here, baby.
A young girl is transported to a tiny magical world in the forest, but that world is being threatened, and it's up to her and her new friends to save it, with the voices of Amanda Seyfried, Josh Hutcherson, Colin Farrell, and Beyonce. The real deal, the big screen generic fairy tale that makes up for it with its amazing look. It certainly isn't epic, but for early summer, it'll have to do. I'm in! The gang is reunited for one last job in Fast and Furious 6.
You help us get Letty, we'll get you shot. But we need full parkings all the way around.
And cars. Make sure they're fast.
When we last left the crew, they were spread out all over the world, unable to return home after taking down a major kingpin. Until now, when Hobbs offers them full pardons if they accept one last job in London. The real deal, it's fast, it's furious, it's also loud and long-headed. But unlike The Hangover, the movie delivers exactly what fans are looking for. So I'm in! All right, remember, free showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second review, so much more. Go to MoviePhone.com or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap!
Welcome back to News 46. 2 men accused of killing a 15-year-old boy for his iPad will stay in jail without bail. 18-year-old Jacob Dismount and 21-year-old Michael Solid are charged with first-degree murder in the death of 15-year-old Marcos Vicente Arenas. They were denied bail because of the murder charges, but the judge said she would revisit the issue upon written requests from the defense attorneys. Grief-stricken loved ones of the teen wore shirts bearing his face during this morning's hearing. Police say the 2 targeted Arenas in a random act. Well, our own Doug Brendel reports from the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, legendary for its high-calorie menu.
You're in the middle of dinner. What do you have in there?
Double cardiac.
The cornerstone of any healthy diet.
Yes, it is, my friend.
I've never had one. Would you mind if I had a taste of your delicious burger?
Why, go ahead.
Hold this, please. That is a tasty burger. My girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian. I don't get burgers like this all the time.
You know what they call a quadruple bypass in France?
No, what do they call it?
Cardiac Royale with bacon.
The heart attack grill, yeah. Oh, I'm coming to,
is great.
I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth.
And here's Deanna O'Donnell with your news across Nevada.
Authorizing medical marijuana dispensaries in Nevada has cleared a key Senate committee. SB 374 was approved today by the Senate Finance Committee after the State Health Division indicated it could fund startup costs for managing the program with reserves in medical marijuana registry account. Nevada voters legalized medical marijuana in 2000, but there's no way for patients to legally obtain the drug unless they grow it themselves. About 3,600 people have medical marijuana cards in Nevada. The bill now moves to the Senate floor where 2/3 majority, or 14 votes, is necessary to advance the bill. A measure pushed by the Nevada Resort Association to get rid of sports betting kiosks in bars and restaurants has cleared the Senate and now moves to the Assembly. SB 416 passed the Senate 18-3. The Nevada Resort Association, a trade organization representing many of the state's largest casinos, argues the kiosks cross the line from slot and video poker machines and enter the realm of sportsbook reserved for big casinos that hold unrestricted gaming licenses. Restricted licenses allow bars, taverns, and restaurants to have up to 15 slot machines, but over the years, sports kiosks have joined the mix, allowing people who have accounts to place bets. Opponents of the bill counter that people who wager at kiosks aren't taking business away from the larger clubs. A bill requiring universal background checks for gun purchases in Nevada has passed a Senate committee. The party line vote in the Senate Finance Committee came after family members of Sandy Hook and the Tucson shooting victims held a news conference urging the passage of SB 221. The bill now heads to the Senate floor. They say the bill's primary goal is to prevent mentally ill people from getting guns. Background checks on all private sales would go through the federal firearms dealers directly to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, bypassing the state background check system and associated costs. The bill also requires psychiatrists to report mental health patients who make specific threats. The Nevada Senate has overwhelmingly approved a bill authorizing driving privilege cards for non-U.S. residents. The vote was 20-1. SB 303 now goes to the Assembly, where passage is expected. Republican Governor Brian Sandoval also backs the proposal. They say the bill will make Nevada roads safer because it will allow people in the country illegally to take a driving test, obtain a card, and obtain insurance. Driving privilege cards could not be used as official identification, and they would have to be renewed annually. 4 states, Utah, New Mexico, Illinois, and Washington, currently have similar driving cards. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
Well, here's your Fitness for 10 tip of the week.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I want to invite you to come see us at Fitness for 10, located just behind Nevada State Bank. We have everything you need in a hometown gym, and most plans are just $10 per month. Plus, there are no long-term commitments required. We believe in your fitness. Many of you, when trying to start an exercise routine, think of all the excuses for not doing it and all the things that have gotten in the way. There are all kinds of benefits to getting fit. You just have to decide what matters to you. Something as simple as taking a walk on a treadmill helps you to control your weight. It strengthens your bones and muscles, reduces your risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and reduces the risk of cancer. The benefits alone may be enough to get you started, and you can stay motivated by changing things up. Maybe a yoga class or beginner cardio class will work for you. Fitness for 10 has over 15,000 square feet of fitness just waiting for you. And remember, it's affordable. Come see us at Fitness for 10.
Well, U.S. Representative Joe Heck and U.S. Senator Dean Heller today introduced legislation that allows expected access to public lands for Good Samaritan search and recovery organizations so that they may conduct searches for missing persons. The legislation from the Nevada Republicans comes after the discovery of the bodies of Keith Goldberg and Air Force Staff Sergeant Antonio Tucker in the Lake Mead Recreation Area by Good Samaritan search and rescue teams. In both cases, the volunteer search teams had to wait nearly 1 year to obtain the proper permits and insurance before conducting their searches. Heck said the families of Keith Goldberg and Antonio Tucker waited far too long before finally having closure closure on the cases of their lost loved ones. Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more news for you right after these messages.